the guys back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, they're smoking cigarettes on the line, before GPs, and, you see these old pics and stuff. It was a different time. And now what you have to do, you have to train and you have to be a professional athlete. That's how you succeed at this sport.
Flawless. McGrath is not close enough to make a move on the final turn. It is Jeff Emig.
I met a gypsy.
Every now and then I reflect back on my own racing career, and as I do my job with being the analyst on TV, and you're kind of taking your own experience and trying to relate it to what this athlete's doing, and then trying to explain that to the viewers, but certainly at times I reflect on it, that I actually feel really, really grateful, lucky that, wow, did I really get to live that life, and I had that ability, and more so than anything too is that, and I was just telling the story to some friends the other day about how, when you're really locked in a gnarly rivalry, sometimes you don't like it because you come out on the losing end. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But to be so hyper focused and to be so driven at a singular goal that everything else just gets tuned out.
Yep.
And you don't really have to do anything else except just that. And business managers and agents and whoever is doing your laundry, everyone's taking care of stuff for you, and all you do is focus on this. That is such a badass thing to experience. Yeah. And the average person that is working their job, doing their thing, like I do right now. I got all kinds of shit, dude. I did some laundry this morning before I came here. There wasn't anybody like, hey man, you got to get focused on this podcast with Chase, man. You got to get your fucking head into it. Nobody was doing that. Got to take the dog out, got to feed the dog, got to do this, and so to be able to live in that space, and to be able to experience what's that like, and then lucky enough to have all of that work turn into success and live these moments of being victorious and winning championships and all that stuff. Man, I look back on that like, holy shit, how lucky am I?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it must be pretty incredible. First of all, before even that, is did you have the awareness of how special it was when you were in the moment though, or is it only in hindsight?
Only in hindsight. You're too busy. You're too in the moment, and you think that, oh, this is one. There's going to be another one next year. And there's going to be another one next year, and another one the next. You don't really grasp that this could be one moment and it could be over. Because for me, I feel like from whenever I first started riding dirt bikes or even racing, is that you never thought about anything other than the next race. You really didn't look that far ahead. And if I could be honest about, my career, is that when I had a ultra successful season from basically the summer of 96, summer of 97, I kind of reached all my goals, and I didn't really think about what was coming next. And that was a mistake on my side, on my part. And it wasn't until I had everything taken away from me in the summer of 99 that I said, oh shit, let me get some clarity in my life here. And that's when I kind of said, okay, let me think about what I want to do with my career, because it's slipping away. And I had some real come to Jesus moments. And the biggest one was at World Supercross event, races in France. It was the first we did in '99. We did three race World Championship.
Before the series,
it was France. It was an outdoor football stadium, soccer stadium. We did the Rose Bowl, and then a race in Germany or something, right? And that couple weeks before that is when I started. All the problems with Cowie. I got clipped. Got on a Yamaha, kind of, really, that's when I realized, hey, man, things are not going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Had a big weekend in Vegas for Denny Stevenson's bachelor party. Came home from that weekend, and it's like Wednesday. We leave Thursday for the World Championship, and it's Wednesday. And my mechanic team, business partner Tim Dixon, he's like, "Hey, are you gonna ride before we leave?" And I'm like, "I don't think I can, dude. Like, I don't think I should be on a motorcycle today." And it's like, wow, that's really not the right training program. That's not the right place to be in.
Yeah.
And that weekend we go to that race, stacked race. A ton of good guys from all over the world were there, and I got third that night. And I remember being on the podium. It was like outdoors, and it had rained, so sort of the area where the stands were covered, but the center of the soccer pitch was open. The track was built around the soccer pitch. And I remember being on the podium, and like all the media's there and photos, and I think I kept it's kind of like a silver plate was the trophy for third. And I'm like, this is the best damn third anybody's ever got. The fact that I got third tonight,
Yeah.
this is like, I cannot believe that I'm on the podium here tonight. And what's crazy is at that moment, I really enjoyed the moment. I enjoyed the race. And you had to walk like kind of catty corner across the stadium to get to where the pits were. So I'm walking across the grass on the football pitch, and I'm literally in the middle of the stadium. And imagine like some movie scene where the rain's coming down and the lights coming through the rain.
Yeah.
And I literally at that point, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this right now, but at that point is when I literally like surrendered, like, fuck, God, like, God, help me make some better decisions. Like, what am I doing with my life? Because career and life for us really are not, there's no real separation to it.
Yeah.
And at that point was like,
but your life's a lot
longer
longer than your career though, right?
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of gets
but at the
dark.
moment, at that time,
Yeah.
you don't think that there's any difference. But, and it was like, man, I need some clarity in life. I got to make some changes. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, not what I've been doing for the last year,
Yeah.
And so I really just got my shit together and built my own team and all that stuff. Won the U.S. Open, had some good races, and really sort of turned things around right before it was all over.
No one really, I mean, especially in the 90s, dude. Like, the 90s was the craziest time maybe ever for motocross and supercross. And then you're a kid from Kansas that is
Dude, it's what the 60s were to rock and roll.
Yeah.
The
No,
90s were
I
to
get it.
motocross.
I get it. Was, and you had you guys doing your thing, and I'm sure that the whole crusty militia, like the success that was having, was kind of making you guys look over the fence and be like, well, fuck, I guess this is what a motorcycle is in 1997 or whatever. And dude, I lived in California, like, these fucking chicks in Canyon Lake and just pussy everywhere. Like, it's easy to make things happen. Like, I mean, I get it. It's just no one really, I guess there's no one that teaches you what to do in that moment. There's no one teaches you how to deal with the ego and the fame. And then there's also like an incentive problem for the people that are around you too, because like they're on the ride, man. Like, it's fun.
It was great. I mean, I always had like 2 or 3 roommates, all dear friends to this day and all that. But I enjoyed that. Those are the choices I made, and I live with them. But the worst thing was that, for me, like, whenever I really tried to get serious about it, like when I was younger, like, I got all balled up.
Yeah.
And so for me, I kind of had to just burn the candle at both ends. And that's, probably why my career was just so ups and downs. It was filled with these low lows and these high highs, and I really thrived on the emotion of all that. If I was coaching somebody to do this today, I wouldn't want them to go through that. Mm-hmm. That's just how my life was. I don't, you try to make the best decisions all this, but this is it. Here's your life.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.